Hi there, I'm Buddha and you're watching Dr. Guitar, a show for all you guitarists out there. Today's episode is about learning guitar chords the simplest way possible. I usually think about one chord with some variations, and I'll explain you my way of thinking about it. Well, the guitar is tuned in fourths, so this E is an E, right? And the fifth string is a A. So this is a fourth above the E. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. The A, 1, 2, 3, 4, gives me a D, which is the other string. The D, 1, 2, 3, 4, gives me a G. And the G, 1, 2, 3, 4, gives me a C. So from the G string to the B string, it's only a third. 1, 2, 3. Okay? 1, 2, 3. So, and this string, you're tuning the guitar on the 4th fret. And then from the B, 1, 2, 3, 4, you get an E. So you tune your guitar always pressing the 5th fret of a string to get the same note as the next string open. And then in the G string, you press the 4th fret. Then the 5th again. Okay, you'll see what I'm getting with this. This is the E chord, E major chord. Okay? And here's the important thing. The guitar is a relative instrument, not an absolute instrument. So, I always think about the guitar in positions and boxes or in schemes, not in notes. I don't even care which notes are in here. I know the notes, but that's not essential to play guitar, at least in my opinion. Of course, there's all kinds of opinions about it. I just like to learn it this way, and you'll get it on the end of the episode. You'll get it why I think this way. So, E chord, you have a 1, 5, 8, which is a 1 again. So E, B, E. So you have 1, 5, and 8. You have your power chord. Then you have your third, which in this case is G sharp. Then you have the 5 again, and then the 1 again. So this is an E major, a guitar E major. You have 3 E's, 2 B's, 2 5's, and 1 G sharp, 1 third. And this sounds like an E major in the guitar. And if you play it on the piano, it will be completely different. Because usually on the piano, you will have the first inversion. That will be... And you have this proportion of notes, which is quite different than this. Although they are in this chord. Well, how do you transpose on the guitar? You have two ways. Either you transpose it from left to right or right to left, this way, or you go down a string, up in pitch but down a string. So if this is an E, this should be an A, because I'm transposing a fourth up every note. But this isn't an A major because of the B string. Remember, the B string as a half tone less than the other strings. So from the G to the B, you get only a third and not a 4. So you need to compensate half a tone for that difference. So if this is an E, this should be an A. But since we're playing the B string, we need to rectify this note that I'm playing on the B string and move it up a tone. So this is the chord, A major. And this is A minor, A major, A minor. So this is E major, and this is E minor. Why? This is the third. So this is a very important note you're playing on your chord, because this makes your E become minor or major depending on which note you play. So this is my 1 chord, E, and this is a variation, E minor. It's the same chord but without this finger here, but it's a variation from this chord, so it's 1 chord. Then this is my A major with this finger here, and it comes from this E, right, the transposing. So I have to change the shape of the chord because of the B string. And I have an A major and an A minor. And these 2 chords with 2 variations, to me, are the most essential chords on guitar. Why? Because you can transpose. This is A major, E major 2. I'm just playing it with the other fingers. This is the same than having my 1 finger over here doing a bar. And why is it the same? Because if I want an F major, it's this one. If I want a G major, G sharp major, A major, A sharp, B major, C major, C sharp major, D major, D sharp major, and E major again. So with this shape, I can play all chords, all minor and major, because I can do this, which is a major, this, which is a minor. Okay? I'm playing music already with 1 chord. That's what's amazing on guitar. And whatever you learn on that chord, you can use it on any tonality. For example, if you learn, as I did in the intro, I was playing in A, but I was playing it with the E shape, okay? And I was doing. I'm using just 1 shape, and that's the amazing thing about the guitar, because it's a relative instrument. You can play the same thing in here, so what do you need to learn about the chords? Where the intervals are, so you can change it. What I'm doing here, I have first 5 octave, third 5 octave. Okay? If I have the 5 here, this should be the 6 flat, 6, 6, flat 7. So I'm doing a dominant chord because I'm adding the flat 7. This is where I want to get. You can get it as complicated as you want, but it all comes up to this shape, at least to me, in my opinion. Whenever I'm playing, if I'm playing the blues in A, to make it be here again. I'm always thinking about this shape. I'm ending my phrases, my riffs, my licks, in the 3rd, in the 8th, in the 5th, in the 3rd, in the 8th, in the 5th, in the 8th. Okay, so I'm always playing around this shape, and then I can change it. I have my 5 here. I can change it to a flat 5. And I have a jazzier chord, and I introduce this flat 7 too here. But this is the same as this chord. Already has the flat 7. And I'm introducing the flat 5. Of course, the shape is a lot different, but I'm looking for the same shape with some alterations, and then some changes. But I'm seeing the same shape here, but my fingers have to be in a totally different place. So, resuming, we have the E chord, and we have 1, 5, 1, 3, 5, 1. Okay, that's the intervals. So if I want to change this chord to a minor, I'll change the 3rd. If I want to give it a 9, which is a 2nd, since it's my octave, 9. That's your Pink Floyd chord. Okay. Now we'll raise it 1 string below, so we're raising it the pitch. You have your A, but since you're playing the B string, you need to raise the B, so you have your A major. And again, 1, 5, 1 octave above, 3rd, and 5. You don't get the other 1 because you're out of strings. So 1, 5, 1, 3rd, and 5 again. If I want to make it minor, I'll change the 3rd to a flat 3rd. And here's my A minor, which is exactly the same shape as my E major. So you're learning just a different shape. And then, since I have my A major, I play the A major with this 3 fingers because my fingers are really thick, so they don't fit well in the guitar fretboard. So I prefer to use this one. And then if I want to transpose it, again, I have it here, okay? A major, move it all down to the next string. We should have our G, our D major. But since we're playing the B string, we need to compensate for it. So here's our D major. With 1, 5, 1, the same thing, the same power chord. And then the third. Okay, so if we want to make this minor, we need to lower the third. Okay, so you have your E major, A major, D major. Okay, Desire by U2. We have these 3 chords, okay? With A chord, we can also transpose it, as we did with the E chord. By simplicity, I play this with a bar, but I then lose my 5. Okay, the D chord is not that transposable. Well, it is, but it's not a great comfortable shape. So you should transpose the D chord like this. I'll never use it. I'll use it sometimes when I'm playing in D. But that's another thing. That's the Stairway to Heaven thing. Okay, a different thing. So I always think, and this is the fundamental thing about this way of thinking about the guitar neck. I know really well all the notes in the E string and in the A string. Why? Because they are the root notes. So if I want a C sharp, I know I have it here and I have it here. And I have to decide if I'm playing this shape or this shape. Okay? If I want a G, I have it here or here. So with this approach, I always have a chord close, really close to where I'm playing the chord. So for example, if I was playing a C and a G, I would have a C here and a G here. And then I would have to play it. But I can play it here. Okay, that's a lot simpler. Unless I want the effect of going up, and that's a choice too, of course. But this is a very simple way of thinking the guitar chords. They all come from these shapes, especially, ultimately, they all come from this shape. Then these are transformed shapes to fit it within the guitar tuning because of the B string. This too. Okay? And the major and the minor, major, minor, major, minor. Then there are two other chords that are really useful, and you have it all. C major, and this one has a different structure in it. It has the same notes, but a different order and a different proportion. So you have 1, 3, 5. You have the fundamental triad. 1, 3, 5. 1 again, 5, 3. So you have 2 thirds, 2 ones, 2 roots, and 1 5. So that's the difference. But you can change it. You can have it with 2 root notes, 2 5s, and 1 third. You just need to move the E string. You just need to press in the 3rd fret, and you have a G. So another 5th. Okay, this is the C major chord, and then you have the G major chord, which I call the Dick chord, as you can perfectly get it. So G chord, and you also have a C chord, which is this, but you raise the 1 to the 9, and you have the 5. And this is very similar to the G chords. Okay, now that you know your chords, you can start to practice melody based on those chords. And that's the beautiful thing. How can you do it? Well, just play the notes and the chords one by one. Not like this. But like this. Okay, and from the A shape, okay, these are the best stopping notes that you can have. Any melody that ends on one of these notes on top of this chord will sound amazing. So you can do it I'm ending it on the 3rd, or I can do it. Okay, this is a really, really great advice and a really amazing technique to become more melodic and to have a lot more melody on your. This is a great way to become more melodic whenever you're improvising and whenever you're soloing. And it's a really easy way. You're playing the notes there are in the chords. And this is also a great way to learn the chords. With these 2 shapes, the E major shape and the A major shape that comes from the E major, as I told you in the beginning, with these 2 shapes, you can play any song. And even with one of these shapes, you can play it. If you consider having the minor and the major, you have all the chords. You're only leaving out the diminished and the complicated, really harmonized chords. But with the triads, you are doing it all with this shape. Major, minor, major, minor. Well, that's it. I hope this has been helpful to you. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel, for all your comments. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do it. It's very important to have your support for me to continue to make all these videos. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next week.